This is RaiseGrid, a normal Minecraft world with 99% of all blocks removed. Despite its extremeness, everything is still possible. With the goal of this series to obtain every advancement, item, as well as mob. Watch the series from the beginning with a link down below, as well as learn how you can actually join us in this world. In the last episode, we went and started a raid to collect each of the different raiders. Some of them were easy, and some of them were extremely difficult. We then worked on the Monster Hunter advancement, and collected a Magma Cube in preparation for the Netherside Zoo. We then collected a wide variety of items, which we put in the museum, almost completing every single item with the letter B. Well guys, I was told that THK has been doing some big preparations for Halloween. What? What is this thing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is what THK has been working on. This looks insane!
Took me a week, 2 weeks to do this. This is inspired by one of the farms that you did in 2016. The spawning platform itself is the same, but all the redstone at the bottom is different because the minecart mechanics and stuff between 2016 and now I think have changed.
So this is a skeleton spider jockey farm. Oh, I actually see one in the distance.
Specifically, I made this to farm the skeleton spider jockeys that spawn with the special potion effects.
Oh, wow.
As well as the ones that will be spawning with the jack-o'-lanterns on their heads.
So he's going for pumpkin-headed as well as jack-o'-lantern-headed undead mobs that only spawn during the one day of Halloween. So you already got a bunch of these stored up. If I do F3 plus B, you can see there's actually a whole bunch of them over there.
My apologies to your entity things.
So over here is actually where he has them all stored. That is a lot of skeleton jockeys. And you can see how the honey is actually reducing their fall damage when they get placed into these different slots. Oh my goodness, you got ones of all sorts. Oh, here's some with potion effects.
The spawning platform is the same one that you made in your video in 2016. And the redstone down here is different. So the idea behind it is that the spiders spawn, they get flushed out. So the platform is one high, so that only spiders can spawn there.
And jockeys can also still spawn, so then they're getting dropped into this water.
Yep, and the water funnels them into center, which will be majority of the case. Then it goes underneath this tripwire.
So they fall down this little hole, and then you have a bunch of tracks that can pick them up from different directions. And then they get placed underneath of the string to test if they have a jockey on them or not.
Yes, if a skeleton is riding the spider, then it will switch the tracks to go down a second track. If
okay.
not, the spider goes through here. There's an activator rail that ejects the spider, and the spider just gets pushed off by the water.
Nice.
So if a skeleton hits this tripwire, then it gets redirected this way. But sometimes a skeleton will get dismounted by the water in there, because if you submerge a skeleton jockey, it dismounts, right? So I have a pressure plate over here to test if this is a spider as well.
Oh, so you check it twice.
It'll overhang here and switch the tracks to go that way. But if there's no spider, then it'll go back around and eject the skeleton over there where it ejects spiders.
Oh, that's really smart. So they make their way down this rail system, and then you got a little bit of logic to tell which silos are full, which ones are open.
Yes, so when it's full, the skeletons will trip a tripwire. So that's right underneath the pistons, and the tripwire will push up the piston, which has a composter attached to it, which will redirect the line, because now the piston is powering the comparator, which will make the rail turn around.
Wow. Your AFK spot is way up here.
Yes, that is so that the spiders will fall out of their 120 block radius.
So make the mob farm faster. Nice. And the only thing left he has on this build is this really cool redstone activated calling system. So he can set in one location and it will send him one jockey at a time, or he can sort out the rare ones from the common ones. I'm really excited to see which Halloween ones you capture, as I have a lot of videos about rare items, blocks, and even mobs, including the different types of Halloween ones. So we'll come back to check up on this after Halloween. But speaking of Halloween, during the month of October, bats spawn higher in the worlds than they normally do, which is a cool Halloween feature, but it's also helpful for us, as I was told we have a bat that spawned inside of the museum itself. Let's go see if we can capture it. So House Chicken found a bat in here. We do need to capture ones. So to prevent the bat from despawning, let's go ahead and give it a name tag. Sub to RaiseWorks on YouTube. Perfect name. Okay, so we got the bat here, and we're slowly closing off the area so it can't move around, while trying to push the bat into a small area so we could capture it. I was having difficulty actually pushing the bat, so I was trying to use a minecart to push it, and then this happened. Oh, I think it's in there. Oh, it died! Somehow the bat ended up in the moss block up above. It's almost as if the minecart picked up the bat and then immediately dismounted it, since bats can't ride minecarts. But then when it dismounted it up inside of a block and it suffocated. Let me know what you think happened here, but either way we lost our bat. But House Chicken actually had a second surprise for us. Ooh, wow, beacons? Thorns, nice. Also got netherite ingots. Man, you must be wealthy in order to give those out as a gift. Of course, totems are lovely. Emeralds are great for always trading. Fleshy iron, that's used a lot. And deep slate diamond ore. Thanks so much. Sorry, I left these boats here hoping to catch some hostile mobs. We actually caught Enderman, which is kind of funny. This Enderman that's holding a block too. It was a griefing Enderman. We caught him in the act of stealing one of our moss blocks. Probably out of our spawn area. We'll leave it here in case we need another Enderman. Speaking of captured mobs, Sandstorm also converted over a skeleton using powder snow. So we got a stray here for the zoo. And he also converted a zombie using water into a drowned. So another hostile mob acquired and getting a bit closer to collecting them all. Recently, we've been doing a lot of exploring, looking for all the unique mobs and items. And Sandstorm says he has just the thing to help us with our journey. Ooh, a lot of creepers. He built it just above the ocean. Tons of spawning platforms. And he used a trick where we have trapdoors underneath. So only creepers will spawn. He also blocked off a couple of areas so spiders won't spawn in here. So we're up here at the AFK spot. Swoop down. You see you got a nice little overhang and a clock which is flooding it every once in a while. The mobs are getting pushed down through the water. Oh yeah, you can see the creepers. And then they are dying to some campfires right here. And all loot's being collected underneath. That's amazing. Well done. Got many short stacks rather than have one tall one, because having one go up too tall will interfere with the mob spawn rates. You got it right above the ocean. Ideal location. So with all the gunpowder, we can easily make more rockets, which are great for flying. Let's go use some of these right now to get some new items. So we need to make some chiseled nether brick stuff. We get the nether bricks from the piglin bartering. We can make the stairs, which we'll need. Also need to make a slab. Of course, the chiseled nether brick is what we need. Current one we're working on. We'll make a fence, as well as some walls. Awesome. We'll also make the chiseled stone, the cut sandstone, and the chiseled one, which has a creeper face. We'll need that one. And might as well make some other sandstone slabs while we're at it. And we'll also make those chiseled quartz. So let's put these chiseled ones in after acquiring them. Chisels are always such a pretty block. So now we just have to get the red sandstone one, which I don't think we even actually collected any red sandstone, let alone red sand. So in order to get red sandstone, we have to go west where there's a mesa, about 300 blocks. So we got a portal out here, about 400 blocks away. Let's see if it actually takes us to a mesa so we can find some red sand. Oh yeah, we don't call it really a mesa anymore, we call it a badlands. We got a lot of terracotta and there's some sand over there, red sand. We'll collect a bunch up. So we're just talking about red sand and wondering if there's red terracotta naturally, and some of the guys saying no, but we actually found some. It's right here. Awesome. We do need to get quite a bit of it because not only do we need like the red sand, but we also need to make the different things from the actual sandstone, fences, and all that good stuff. So we got a lot of sand, so we can make sandstone. And sandstone is a stone, so we could put it into this, and we can make some really efficient walls. So we only really need one of each of these. We can save on each of those. Let's get one of everything. And most importantly, let's get that chiseled red sandstone right there. Awesome. So we complete all the chiseled one. We're doing pretty good. So we need some mutton. So we got 2 sheep and we'll breed them. Go ahead and kill one of them to get some mutton. Awesome. We also need to make a clock, which is just some gold and redstone. So we also need to trade with an armorer to get chain pieces. Which ones are we missing? I think we're missing, maybe the legs and the boots. Okay, let's get some salmon. Come back here, salmon. Yes, I think we got everything. Let's head back and put it in the museum. Let's add in the cooked mutton from our sheep and our cooked salmon from them. There's a helmet chest plate. Let's go ahead and place in the leggings, and there's the boots. And with the clock, we almost got all of them completed so far for this row. Once the museum gets expanded, we can fill out the rest. It definitely feels like we're reaching the end game where we have more of the harder achievements, mobs, and items to acquire. I appreciate all your guys' support on this extreme challenge. Thanks for all the likes and shares on this series, and to my monthly supporters who keep this going. I will see you all in the next episode of Raze Grid.